Hey, it's Barb from the Pink Radish Vegan Life. How are you doing today? What are we cooking in the vegan kitchen today? We are making lentils. We're going to have a French onion lentil stew with cauliflower, Yukon Gold potato mash. This recipe comes together in less than 30 minutes once you get everything out and you get everything peeled and chopped. It's very simple. The stove does most of the work, or your Instapot if you choose to use that. Surprise, I did not use that today. Normally I'm always on my Instapot. But this is a wonderful soup. It's very hearty. It's more like a stew. It'll have a very kind of thick, really creamy, but delicious broth. You're going to think that it has wine in it, but it does not. And I saw this recipe, about a week or so ago, and I really wanted to make it. So today's the day. I'm going to put the recipe in the link below. It's a food blogger that I follow, and she does tremendous dishes. So you'll get to meet her if you click on through to the link to make the recipe. Why is this recipe so good? Well, not only does it taste good, but it is good for you because lentils are protein packed, fiber packed, and they're so delicious when you use them in sauces. What they do is they just like pick up the flavor of the broth or the liquid that you're cooking them in, and they become little pillows of creamy deliciousness that tastes a lot like the broth. They're going to be wonderful. Now I'm using French green lentils. So there's pink lentils, which I'm sure everybody is really familiar with those. They're pink. And when you put them in things like soups and stews, they will thicken because they completely dissolve and disappear. The brown lentils hold their shape. The green lentils hold their shape, and there is another lentil too which I use and love. It's very elegant and beautiful. It's a black lentil. I actually call it a beluga lentil, like beluga caviar. Those really hold their shape and are really delicious to use. So that's what's going on in my vegan kitchen today. So why don't we roll the intro and let's get cooking. So let's get cooking. It's time to get the ingredients all together. Getting your ingredients together before you start cooking is so key to making a great recipe. Here's your lentils, your carrots, the spices, and in the back the broth, tamari, vegetable broth, and balsamic vinegar. That's the secret ingredient in the broth. So let's get those spices in the pan and start cooking that tomato paste down. The tomato paste makes it taste like wine. That's where it gets the wine flavor. But you've got bay leaf, thyme, garlic, and then that secret ingredient. And here it is. It's umami powder, and you know umami's that word for just making things taste better. Brings all the flavors together. It's shiitake, ground shiitake mushrooms. And there's nothing else in it besides the shiitake mushrooms, salt, some onion powder, and tomato powder. The onions get in the pan, a little salt and pepper, and you're going to saute them until they're somewhat creamy and they have caramelization on them. You can take it as deep as you want. And then it's time to add the spices. You scrape it off into the pan and give it a good stir. Tomato paste gets better when it has a chance to kind of caramelize up in the pan. Let's focus on the potatoes. We have Yukon Gold that will be in the pan. The ratio is 3 cups to 2 cups. So 3 cups Yukon Gold, 2 cups cauliflower. And then there's the garlic clove. Don't leave it out. It adds such a subtle flavor, but not overly garlicky, but you just know that it's there. It's just very delicious. So the lentils and the potatoes and cauliflower are cooking, getting ready to do it. So bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. And now we have the beautiful pan of lentils, and they will reduce down and boil in very gentle boil for about 45 minutes. That gives a lot of time for the flavors to come through. And when the lentils are done, they're going to look something like this. Kind of dry, but you can kind of see it's also brothy underneath the lentils. The carrots really perk up the beauty factor of the dish, also adds the vegetables. And then we're going to put it all together. I've mashed up the potatoes with a little butter, cream cheese, vegan cream cheese, and some almond milk, salt and pepper, and those go kind of on the top. I do it Shepard's pie style. I think the recipe, she just added them separate. We also had leftovers. You can see the leftovers there in the pan after I put them what I wanted to in our casserole dish. So this is going to get repurposed in a few days with a bunch of sauteed mushrooms, and it's going to go over some polenta, and it'll really be good once those flavors sit for a few days. And I'm happy to say dinner is served. And there's the beauty shot, little parsley flakes on the top. We also had some roasted Brussels sprouts with balsamic vinegar on it, kind of round out our vegetables. We like to eat a lot of vegetables here. And there it is, the potatoes, and the creaminess of the potatoes against the gravy and the lentils is really, really good. This is a great meal, vegan or not. I really heartily suggest you try. Hey, thanks for watching.